Hello, I am Safety Manager Jim Vizzini. At Unitech, we believe you are our most important asset, and we take your safety and that of our customers seriously. Our philosophy is we want everyone to go home each night safely to their families and loved ones. We have taken significant steps to ensure your safety not only on the job, but also when you are home at night. Whether it is driving the family car or mowing the lawn, safety techniques you learn at work can be applied at home as well.
Hello, I'm Field Safety Inspector Nick Sarnelli. First, we have put into writing our safety philosophy and how we will implement safety. This philosophy and code of conduct can be found in your safety manual. Each of you should have reviewed this document and signed an acknowledgement sheet. Second, we provide continuous safety training for our employees. This training is some of the best in the industry and presented by individuals with years of experience. New employees receive initial safety orientation training. Current employees receive ongoing safety training in the form of tailgate meetings or hands-on equipment use refresher training. Some specialty crafts, such as tower climbing, receive recurring training as required by best practices or standards. Third, we have put into place a safety and risk team dedicated to inspecting, monitoring, and suggesting improvements to our safety program and the equipment you use.
Let's review some of the safety training that you have received up until this point. You were provided a review of our safety manual and signed the acknowledgement sheet. You have received and been trained on PPE and its importance and its appropriate use. New hire and reoccurring ladder training, proper ladder placement, proper procedures for carrying a ladder. Driver training, National Safety Council online driver training, ride-alongs, cone training. Weekly tailgate meetings. Customer service standards and procedures. Some employees require highly specialized training on topics such as tower climbing, trenching, and directional boring. Consider all of this training part of your tools that you take with you every day on the job. They are all equally important, and we are adding risk assessment to your toolbox. You are faced with many challenges during your workday. You must not become so completely focused on your work that you fail to recognize hazards that could cause you serious injury. When you approach your job site, you want to scan the entire area. We want you to look down, up, all around. Look down. What hazards could be hiding in that tall grass that could cause you to slip and fall? Look up. Say to yourself, will I need to get close to those overhead power lines? If so, what are the potential consequences? If I get too close, what did my training say as to how close I can safely work near power lines? All around. Children playing in a yard seem safe. But is this really a safe work area? A clear path can become littered with toys. An unattended ladder becomes a tempting challenge to a child. When pulling up to a job site, get the big picture. Look down, up, and all around. Look in every direction for hazards. Walk your route with the intended purpose of looking for potential hazards. Tunnel vision can cause you to miss hazards. With each hazard you encounter, think to yourself, what is the worst that can happen? If the worst that can happen is an accident, attempt to safely remove the hazard or find another way. Your vision is perhaps the most important tool you have while on the job. Use it effectively. Look as far down as possible and use a scanning motion to take in and analyze everything that is around you or close enough to be a potential problem or interference. When looking down, take note not just directly where you stand, but where you may be walking, crawling, kneeling, as well as where you will need to stand your ladder. It includes the obvious, such as kids' toys thrown about, uneven surfaces on sidewalks and landscape. For example, you can see that the ground is wet outside this home, and that means slick surfaces and possibly mud. That tells you that you need to be careful in how you set up your ladder and where you walk. When you enter the home, you may want to put your booties on. You wouldn't want to track in any mud, and certainly not dog feces. If there's a dog, it would be smart to ask the owner to keep it away while you complete the job. While walking through the home, you should be thinking, toys are everywhere. It isn't worth tripping and falling or upsetting an innocent child by crushing anything under these boots. There is no harm in asking politely to have the owner free the area of anything that has the potential for a serious slip, trip, or fall injury, or something that could cause a damage claim. Crawling around up here is something we often have to do. Make sure you are looking and scanning as to where you land that next step, or it could just be through someone's ceiling. Also, when descending, look where you are stepping so you don't miss a rung. And it's a good idea to make sure none of those kids whose toys you just sidestepped are below, or the homeowners themselves. That's not safe for anyone involved. Having a more accurate picture of your surroundings is to your advantage. A site where people pay attention to details will be a safer and more productive one. Your risk assessment of hazards begins before you even reach the job site. You provide the customer with your estimated arrival time, thus avoid any need to speed or take unnecessary chances while driving. Ask the customer some preliminary information about the job. Get a description of the house so finding it will be easier and could eliminate backing up. Ask the customer if they have any animals, particularly dogs. Explain that your company policy requires dogs to be put in an unused room or safely secured until the job is complete, regardless of whether the customer believes the dog to be friendly. As you drive up to the customer location, notice the type of neighborhood. Is it an older neighborhood with the potential that installation on rundown structures might give way under the weight of a ladder? Are there children playing? Does it look like a potential high crime area? This information will help you evaluate the degree of risk you will encounter and what steps you need to take to minimize the risk. Weather also plays a large role in your safety. Hot weather means potential risk for heat exhaustion. Rain can make the ground slick and walking with equipment more hazardous, making an injury from a slip and fall more likely. Outside work during an electrical storm will need to be postponed until the storm has passed. Many older homes have power lines running directly from the utility pole to the house. Coming in contact with those lines could be extremely dangerous. Such setups are also prone to stray electricity. If not connected properly, an entire aluminum house can be electrified. Tree branches are often the root cause of many injuries. Employees often injure their backs after losing control of their ladder and trying to catch it after their ladder becomes entangled in tree limbs. You may be thinking, the customer didn't say he had a dog on my pre-call. You also notice children's toys strewn around the yard. You then think, oh, they have children too.
Hi, Mr. Smith. My name's Nick. I'm here to install your television and internet today. I'm going to be coming into the house and we need to have your dogs put away in a room that we will not be going into, such as a bathroom or an area where you won't be having any service installed.
Oh, okay. Just give me a minute and I'll be right back.
Thank you.
These are things that you come across every day that could put you or someone else at risk. And then you think, I haven't even started my job yet. Do you have wasp spray if you encounter wasps or other stinging insects?
I just put the dogs away. You can come in now.
Thank you. Can you show me where the television is going to be hooked up?
There is another potential hazard. The customer needs to move it out so you can get behind it.
Right over here.
Sir, I'm going to need you to move the entertainment center out so I can get behind it.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Okay. Is that enough space for you?
Yes.
Next, where does the line from the dish come in?
Excuse me. I'm going to be running some wires through, drilling some holes. There's some hazards that we need to watch out for. Power, gas, we have oil lines.
At this point, you might step back and state to the customer that you need to figure a way to run the wires safely. There are many risks that are right in front of you. Open your eyes and scan the area for hazards. Expect the unexpected. In summary, in this training session, we have covered some very important tips you can use to keep you safe. The most important tip we can give you is consider the big picture at the job site. Remove blinders that cause tunnel vision. Look down, look up, and look all around for hazards. Hazards are everywhere. In the tall grass, overhead power lines, or on decks and driveways. To a homeowner, their home is often considered safe. But to a visitor, low ceilings, stairs without railings, crawl spaces, attics, and unseen utility lines present significant hazards. By performing risk assessments prior to every task and taking corrective action when needed on task, both at home and on the job, you will ensure you will be able to spend quality time with your family. Every employee going home safely each night from work to their family is Unitech's goal. And that must be every employee's goal as well.